Hi, welcome to the Regular Sports Show. I'm John. He's Mikey. And the reason we're doing this is we don't agree with a lot of stuff Sports Center says. I mean, they're really one-sided onto what fans like. Like LeBron's the best. He's great, but he ain't the best. We all know Michael Jordan is, and closely by Kobe. Those two are the best. All right, first thing we're gonna talk about today is football. So, do you want to start off, Mike?
Oh, I could talk. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. all right. So I'm Icon. You guys already know me. And yeah, what he said exactly. This is the dude that I was talking about in my DC videos, where we're gonna be doing the dual comms and stuff. And if I can actually get the software, then we can put us commentating with the DC gameplay in it as well too. So yeah. But anyways, let's talk about our sports. So we're gonna do football first. We'll start it off with the NFC. And I think that we'll just first off we'll talk about all the teams that we'll think will make the playoffs. But first off, we'll talk about the number one team in the NFC, the team that will get the most wins. And in my opinion, I think it'll be Green Bay.
Personally, I think it would be the 49ers. I mean, it is kind of biased. I'm a Niners fan, but the reason being, my Niners have always been one of the top teams. And we've gotten a few pieces, a few wide receivers we needed, a little bit better defensive players. I mean, our special player back, I can't remember his name, with his position, but Reed was a rookie, and he outdid Sherman, who played the same position, and Sherman claiming he's the best. I mean, to be honest, Reed actually did better as a rookie. Let's see him now in the second year with that rookie nerf gone.
Sherman won the championship.
Yeah, but Sherman shouldn't have been there. He actually didn't even play. He got hurt.
He still won.
He lost.
He won.
He didn't win anything.
He's a champion.
Look, he didn't win.
All right, well, okay. We'll go on then. All right, so the top four teams I got in the NFC, I got Green Bay, the 49ers, the Saints, and the Redskins.
I have the 49ers, Saints, Packers, and the Redskins.
In my wild cards, I got the Seahawks. The only reason why I put them as a wild card is because I do feel like San Francisco is going to be better than them this year, and I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year. And they weren't even that great. They got lucky that they played a horrible Broncos team. To be honest, they wouldn't have won if the Broncos were on their game. And they probably wouldn't have even made there if Michael Crabtree could catch a ball.
No, but not even just that. You don't even bring that up. That one bad call where Bowman had the fucking ball and they dropped it. And then they called it as he was already on the ground.
Look, we're talking about past things right now.
Exactly. I'm just trying to state that fact that was some crap. Honestly, the NFL needs better fucking officiants. Like, refs suck and it's really bad.
It's true. But yeah, so I got Seahawks as the wild card, and my other wild card is Chicago. I think the Chicago could have a really good chance, but Green Bay looks like they're going to be probably the best in their little division. So I'm not sure. And also, if Chicago doesn't make it, I also think that the Vikings could, because the Vikings have added a lot of good pieces in this offseason, and I think that plus they have probably the best running back in Adrian Peterson. So probably, I mean. Yeah, that's my opinion on my wild cards. So
my wild cards, I got Seahawks. Obviously, I mean,
you didn't name your top four either.
Yeah,
I did. I did mine.
I did too. I read it after you.
Oh, well.
He's kind of off right
now. We're already arguing. This is our first episode, guys. So bear with us.
Bear with us. We're getting used to this. All right. So my wild cards, I got the Panthers and the Seahawks. Seahawks, obviously, they're not as. I don't think they'll be as good as they were last year. They lost a few defensive pieces. I mean, which is key because the Seahawks is a defensive team. And the Panthers have picked up a few defensive pieces and a few offensive pieces, which they needed, and they were a decent team last year, so I think they will barely pull through, but maybe. It's still a 50-50 chance with them.
It's true. All right, so now we'll go to the AFC. So this contains my biased team, my favorite team, and I'm going to start off, and I'm also going to say that they'll have the best record in the AFC just because they're the best. I mean, Broncos are the only ones that can give them a test, but I'm going with the Patriots as the top team in the AFC.
I'm going with the Chiefs. They got a few best and better catchers, the receivers for Alex Smith, and I feel like that was their biggest thing. Their defense is pretty good defense. I mean, yeah, it kind of sucked at holding back the Broncos during those two games, but they can pull it off this year with a little bit more now with a little bit more team chemistry. I think they'll be a lot better.
Sweet.
Yeah, against you, Tom Brady.
All right, so now we'll. Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback.
I actually have to agree with that. He's fucking amazing.
All right, so my teams in the AFC are the Patriots. I got Cleveland, and it's not just because of Johnny Manziel. I actually do think that Lore is not even that bad of a quarterback, and if he ends up being the main one, which I do think is a mistake because I think Manziel is way better. But either way, I think they're solid at the quarterback, and I think that they're the best team in their division out of what I was looking at. So I think that they're going to be the team in their division. So yeah, and then I got the Colts and the Broncos, and then my wild cards are the Chiefs and the Texans. And I choose the Texans just because I like choosing a team that no one really would say. I mean, we would expect, say, whatever. I don't give a fuck. All right, yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Texans. I think it's like a super wild card for me. I think, and I do think they'll surprise us this year.
See, my top four, I got obviously the Chiefs, Patriots, Cleveland. My reasons for Cleveland is different. Feel they're a younger team. They have more like drive to win, more than other teams, and I think they will be able to win, at least make it in. And also, their division's not really that hard. They can easily pull through it. The teams they face, they'll probably win both matches against them. And honestly, I have the Colts next. Colts are also going to be a great team. As a rising star on that quarterback within luck, he's going to be one of the probably the best quarterbacks to ever play. I think that's a high standard, but what I've seen from him so far,
super high.
But from what I've seen from him so far, he's been doing great.
I think Luck will be better than Peyton.
I agree.
Not right now, but I think he will.
By the end of his career, he will be better than Peyton. And I also have my wild cards as the Broncos. The Broncos will still be in there. Peyton Manning is still good. I just think the Chiefs will pull through instead of them. And I have the Titans. Titans, my reason is, honestly, they're a decent team. Like I said, they picked up a few pieces. It looks like it's going to be working for them during their training camp. I feel like they'll be able to pull into at least the wild card.
All right, that's the end of football. Fuck that. All right, so now we're going to get to the basketball, NBA.
Paul George, hope you get better soon.
Yeah,
the league needs you this year.
Huge. We wish speedy recovery to you, and can't wait to see you back in Indiana because you fucked up the whole East now.
I mean, the East literally had three good teams.
Literally, it was you guys, the Bulls, and the Heat, and Cleveland. That's literally the best, in my opinion, that we're going to be this year. Now that Indiana's gone, it's kind of messed things up.
One thing is, you better damn learn from
Hakeem and Kareem.
Yeah,
he's been working with both of them. So, yeah.
Work with both of them, and you can be a dominant center. I mean, you're 7'2", 7'3"?
7'2".
7'2". You should be able to dominate as a center position. Bynum was only 7'1", and he dominated. And he's not even a great center. Dwight Howard sucks as a center. I hate people who are like, Dwight Howard's the best center. I'm not being hating on him.
We will go on our player rants in a lot of these episodes.
You understand. The thing about Dwight Howard is he's shown he can't win a series even with a decent scoring guard. He lost to Portland, who was a young, less inexperienced team than him. He's made it to the finals. He should have won that.
True.
Now, back to our number one team in the East and West. Go first.
The number one team in the East it's a bias reason and also a stat reason and just going off of their team reason, just how they're built. I'm going with the Bulls. I think they're my favorite team, but I do think that they're the best team in the East. And if Derrick Rose stays healthy, please God stay healthy. If he stays healthy, no one's fucking with the Bulls in the East. Not even LeBron's super team.
I also have the Bulls number one, and the reason being is you can't beat that coach's defense. That team preys on defense. That's their thing. You can't beat it. Now you added offense with Pau Gasol. I mean, personally, I talk a lot of crap on him.
We have a lot of arguments.
But let me explain what they got about Pau. He lacks in defense, but with this coach, he'll push the defense onto him. Offense-wise, he does what he needs to do. He gets his 20-something plus points, which they're missing in that power forward position before because Boozer was not doing it. I mean, due to reduced minutes and other reasons, he wasn't playing the fourth. But Taj Gibson has to step up. Now you have three guys who can three guys who do 20 plus points within Taj, Pau, and Rose. Rose is more of like a 30 plus man. Hopefully he stays healthy, like he said, and you guys will pull him first. Bulls will take it. I honestly feel like if Rose is healthy and that team figures it out and Pau plays the way Pau played with the Lakers back when they won the championships, that team is going to win it all.
Oh yeah.
Now my West team though, I have the Spurs number one. I'm a Laker fan, so probably why'd you pick the Spurs? I mean, you guys got a new team.
This is being realistic.
Realistically, Spurs are a team like no other. I mean, to me, I compare them to the 98 and 97 Jazz. It's a full team. Everyone does what they need to do. No one is bigger than the other. Without one piece, the other pieces don't work that well. They do, but they figure out how to work it better.
Actually, I'm gonna figure out. I don't compare them to the 97-98 Jazz only because I think that this Spurs, this team Spurs, this is a one of a kind. I've never seen this before.
It's true. The reason I compare it though, it's the closest team. Like what other team has been a true team? This is a true team. Like everyone does what they need to do. Look at the starters. Almost all of them average the same amount of points. It was really close, except for Thiago Splitter, who I feel can be a better center and is working on becoming a better center.
Yeah,
he's picking it up. And if Thiago becomes a better center, honestly, that might force the Bulls. If the Bulls, like I said, if the Bulls are at 100%, they'll face the Spurs. If Thiago can step it up and give Noah a problem, then it's going to be a great series.
Yep. All right, so I'll let you start this up because I started off everything in the NFL. So your top 8 for the East.
My top 8 for the East, I got the Bulls number 1, like I just explained. Number 2, maybe I'm a surprise because they lost LeBron. I had the Heat. Let me explain though. The Heat picked up Luol Deng and Danny Granger, and Josh McRoberts. A lot of people are like Josh McRoberts not a big pickup, but it is. Defensively, he is really good. Now, Danny Granger, if he can get his scoring going again, that team will be probably unstoppable. It'll be one of the best teams. I mean, the Bulls will probably beat them because the Bulls are the Bulls. Like I said, defensive always beats offense. Now, Luol Deng, though, the reason people are like, well, how's he a good pickup? A lot of people are wondering, how's he a good pickup? Luol Deng is the only player to have stopped LeBron a lot. Like, slow him down in scoring. LeBron won't get his 30-plus points on Deng. I've never seen it happen. Deng is that, like, good defensively on LeBron. He may lack on offense towards LeBron, but, I mean, that team could score. Plus, I think now that Bosh is more of the leader of this team with Wade, it'll be better because Bosh was getting held back.
Bosh has to step up though because getting his contract,
you should be
he needs to be stepping up. He needs to be stepping up.
I think Bosh should honestly, if
he's not averaging 27 or more, like if he's not averaging
minimum 25. I'm saying 25.
I think 27. I think he needs to be averaging 27. But the thing is,
10. That team does play like a team too. That's one thing I really liked about the Heat.
That's with LeBron though.
Yeah, it's with LeBron, but they can still pull it off. They have that mentality now.
Well, but they also lost everyone pretty much that mattered coming. They went with LeBron.
But now more players are more driven. Now they feel they're more important because a lot of players did feel like LeBron.
I think Chalmers is gonna be
big for them. He's a Tony Parker. Honestly, he can drive it in. He's sneaky, but he can get.
It's weird how he started driving it in. I
honestly never expected him because he's a 3-point specialist and now he can drive it in. That's also Chalmers is going to be a big thing for the Heat this year. I feel they will be barely second place, probably above. Who I think is going to be third. Is the Wizards. The Wizards, I feel like they're a young team. They finally got their leadership from a veteran, which is Paul Pierce, who was a great small forward, who is going to lead them probably to the playoffs within third seed. Due to the fact that he may not have to play a lot, but they have the young members who can come in and do what they need to do within Bradley Beal and John Wall, leading that team. Also, my fourth team, I have Cleveland. A lot of people are like Cleveland should be higher because you're getting Kevin Love. Let me explain. A super team doesn't always work. That's why I'm not putting them too high. It happened with Brooklyn. Brooklyn has yet to do anything with their super team, and they have 4 All-Stars. Yes, you're probably like, well, they're going to work together, but you understand, these 3 players like to have the ball and they like to shoot, except for LeBron, who does share, but he does like to have the ball too. So it could cause conflict. It could cause chemistry issues. I don't think it will that much, but it will cause a little bit, which won't cause them to be that high winning, because there'll be certain situations where they're going to mess up due to that reason. All teams mess up. I mean, my Lakers went bad when we got Dwight and Steve Nash. We really went downhill. No one expected. We played better without them. If we kept everyone, probably in the playoffs. I don't know. And fifth team, I have Raptors. Raptors also feel like DeRozan is getting better. Lowry's getting better. It's going to be it's getting really good over there in Toronto, and they're going to have a great team. Probably in the next couple of years, they'll probably be a second or third team place. I'm not really sure, depending on who they pick up or depending on how they start working better together. That coach, he's surprisingly pretty good. Like I didn't expect that much from him. And then next, I have the Brooklyn Nets, due to the fact that they're getting better. Lopez is starting to shine, really like a lot. Joe Johnson and Darren Williams are starting to play better together, which at first they stuck together. And honestly, without Paul Pierce, now they have someone like they're going to go younger, so might help them with athleticism and all that. Next, I have the Hornets, due to the fact they got Lance Stevenson. I mean, MJ's training them, honestly. Let's be honest. They're going to be great. And 8th, I'm still stuck between 76ers and the Knicks. I want to see a few games in, see how that works. The Knicks, they all really have is Melo. I mean, it is the East. You can make it with just one All-Star, but also the 76ers are young, and they're a driven team. They finally got their center now with Noel. Mark Williams is a great point guard. He showed it in his first game when he beat the Heat. I mean, he's against LeBron. He went off. They can actually pull it off being 8 seed. I feel like that team will be a threat in the next few years and probably be a top seed team. But as of right now, they could probably barely pull it in. If not, I'm going for the Knicks in the AC.
All right. All right. So my team's in the East. So I got Bulls obviously, and so they're number one. And the number 2 seed I got Cleveland, and the reason why I choose Cleveland is I do think that they will have chemistry problems at first, but at the same time I think with the East I don't think the East is not that good, and with Cleveland I think with LeBron, Kevin Love, and Kyrie leading the team, and then you got Dion Waiters, you got Mike Miller, you got Sean Marion, you got probably gonna have Ray Allen, and you got Anderson Varejao, I call him Varejao, and you got Tristan Thompson, and probably more pieces they're gonna add because the NBA just disregards their cap. So so I think that they're gonna be a good team. I think, and with the reason with LeBron, he's not selfish, and I think that's going to be a good thing for them with all the people on the team, because the fact that he's not selfish, I think that is going to make the chemistry work a little bit faster. But I don't think they'll have the chemistry right off the bat. But I think it will grow.
They'll probably be like another Miami Heat where they struggle at the beginning, because Wade and LeBron did struggle when they first got together. They were both just chucking threes, and none of them are 3-point shooters.
It's true. Yeah, so I think that they'll have a rough start, but I think they'll finish strong. And but yeah, so number 3, I got the Heat. I got the Heat still at 3 just because it's not that much different. They just lost LeBron, and they got Wade, and I think if Wade can get his knees good, then there's still gonna be a problem. You got Bosh, and picking up Luol Dane's a huge thing. I think Chalmers is gonna step up. I think that Norris Cole, I think he's still on the team, so I think they're so good at the points, and
they got that rookie too.
Yeah, Shabazz Napier. He's gonna be probably a good thing for them too, and they could probably trade Norris Cole away if Shabazz works out. And then I got the Raptors at the number 4 spot, and I think that's just because the East and Kyle Lowry and DeRozan and Amir Johnson. I think that just they're a young growing team, so yeah, that's why I got them. And then the 5th seed, I got the Washington Wizards. I think that they're on the rise, and I think with the leadership and the veteranship of Paul Pierce joining the team, I think that's going to be a huge addition to the team. And with John Wall and Bradley Beal and Nene and all that, I think that they're going to be great. So I got them at the 5th seed, but I do think that they'll be great for the season. And then at the 6th seed, I got the Charlotte Hornets, and that's just because they were really good last year. They weren't the best. They couldn't finish the Heat, but no one expected them to. And I think that with Kemba Walker, Al Jefferson, now they got Lance Stevenson, and just that team. I think that's going to be a really good team, and I think that they have the chance to get to the 6th seed. And at number 7, I got Brooklyn Nets. I got the Nets at 7 just because. Losing Paul Pierce is a big thing because he was a clutch player. He was a clutch player, but they do have Deron Williams, and he has the clutchness in him, but he just needs to kind of get in shape and start working on his shooting and get back
control of that team.
and take control. And then you got Joe Johnson too, who's clutch in certain situations. Probably not in the last minutes of the game, but when they need it and during the game, sure. And then you got Kevin Garnett still. I mean, he's fallen off, but
he's training a power forward.
He's still a veteran, and he can train people. And then we got Brooke. They're gonna have Brooke Lopez back. So with Brooke back, I think they're gonna be fine. So I think they'll get the 7th seed.
And as we continue, our things are destined to change on what position we'll think they'll be as trades go.
Yeah, like we said, all these can change. This is just from the start of the season, before the season starts, what we think. And at number 8, I got Boston. And the only reason why I choose Boston is just because I honestly just can't think of a damn team in the East that will make the 8th seed. So
you also can throw the Hawks in there.
I put a filler.
Hawks are pretty
anyone in the East that can give you 30 wins.
That's one thing I can
give you 30 wins.
That's what I don't like about the East. I think it should be the top 16 teams, but since it's not, the East they don't spend too much money. If they're not going to be doing it, just get all the teams to the damn West and just make it top 16 teams. Because honestly, let's be honest. If you put any team that's on the bottom of the West into the East, they're almost in the playoffs by 6 wins. It's sad.
It's true.
Let's see. Last year was the Hornets. Yes, they were the Bobcats. They were back then. They made it in with a bad record. That's how bad the East is. I mean, who cares? They're going to be in there. They could have pulled an upset if that team was just a little bit better because honestly, they gave a lot of problems.
Al Jefferson put in some work.
And playing hurt, I give Al Jefferson a lot of props because he kept playing hurt and he showed them that they had a chance. Now with Lance Stevenson, a decent scorer, I think they can pull it off. Now our West is going to be more interesting because the West, like we said, is a harder.
Oh shit, we still have a West. God damn.
Yep, we got a West.
We're going in.
So the West, honestly, we both agree Spurs will be number one. It's a given. All right, then after that, I have OKC. OKC, they still got Durant. They still got their team, Ibaka. My problem there, the only thing with OKC is Westbrook needs to play like a point guard. If Westbrook had a Rondo mentality, I honestly feel like the Oklahoma City Thunder would be the best team like ever. You got a player in Durant who could literally, if he shot like Westbrook does, would average like 50 points. He really could. This guy is amazing. And he's been working on his shooting over the summer. Like, why does the best shooter need to work on his shooting? It makes no sense. But
he's committed.
He's committed. He is. And that's a great mentality. And honestly, that's why I feel they will be second. Ibaka, to me, is their second best player. I know people are like, it's probably wrong. It's Westbrook. I mean, no, it's not. Ibaka showed that they need him more than they need Westbrook because they made it farther when Ibaka plays. Next, Clippers. I feel the Clippers, this may be their year to make it to the finals if they can get it together. They need a better defensive-minded coach because they have decent defense but not great. Honestly, Blake Griffin is an amazing power forward. He is the best player on that team. Out there, people say Chris Paul is. He is not. I think they'd be better if Chris Paul gets hurt. Blake Griffin can still lead that team to win.
Well, Blake Griffin, in my opinion, I think he's the leader of this team.
He is the leader of the team. He showed it when Chris Paul was hurt. He's the best player on that team. And honestly, now DeAndre Jordan is finally maturing and playing great. He shows he could play like a true center. Olden day centers, like who was the center back then? Ostertag for the Jazz used to play great. He just went in to get his rebounds and occasionally second dance points. What DeAndre does. Now, who else did they pick up this year? They got
the Clippers.
Yeah,
they got
someone decent.
They got Jose West.
They got West. That's not really a big thing. They did get a backup point guard, which is probably good for them now because they've lost a lot.
They lost Collison.
But they got a better scorer in Jordan Farmar. He's a good driver, and he can do what he needs to do. And I feel like that they'll be a decent team because they have still Chris Paul. He is a good point guard. He's not the best in the league. I'll give him that. It's obviously not.
He's way overhyped in my opinion.
One thing that makes me mad, Chris Paul, talking about him, is how can Cleveland have a super team and my Lakers got screwed on that? Literally, it was horrible. Tell me it's not like it was bad.
It's true, man. The Lakers.
We were giving away an all-star for an all-star. They're giving away a rookie who could just be a flop. I'm not talking about Andrew Wiggins, but we don't know how we could be. He could even be another fucking Anthony Bennett. Like honestly, he could be a Kwame Brown.
I mean, he's there with Anthony Bennett, so
yeah, exactly. They could end up being.
They could be Anthony Bennett's together.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it could be a big mistake, and they're letting it happen. But we're doing a trade where we're giving away. Not only we're giving away Powell, but back then we're giving away 6 man of the year. Lamar Odom, and we couldn't get Chris Paul. It was gonna be too good with him and Kobe. How does that make sense? Like, really, NBA. I'm glad we got a new commissioner. Hopefully, he's a lot better. It's not showing because he's letting the team happen again. I mean, really, like, whatever. But I feel like there'll be problems there. I don't think they'll be the champions anytime soon, as long as the Bulls are still in Bull caliber. But yeah, shut up. I'm going.
Let's get back on the list.
Next, I have Portland. Damian Lillard, LaMarcus Aldridge, a great duo. Damian has the best killer mentality I see right now. He is a fucking finisher. He's a great finisher. Marcus Aldridge is like the leading scorer. To me, he's just like the Karl Malone, but better range. And then they have their pieces. They have what they need. They picked up Kaman and Blake, but they need a little bit more bench. So I think they'll be a decent team. They could probably make it to the Western Finals. Next, I have Golden State. Obviously, Curry's great, Clay's great, Iguodala's great. The whole team's good. I think they need to get better center still. Jermaine O'Neal, maybe if he resigned with them, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think if he did, they should start Jermaine over Bogut. I mean, Bogut's
got into shape, a lot better shape in the last season, but he just still kept getting hurt. He's getting hurt.
It's injury. If you reduce his minutes, I think if you reduce his minutes and you have him come off the bench and play in Jermaine, it'd work a lot better. Jermaine O'Neal's a little bit older, but he doesn't get hurt. And I think it just work better.
I think the Golden State would be better if they upgraded in the power forward and center things. I don't like David Lee as much as they do.
Well, the thing is, David Lee, I mean, he's more of a old school power forward. But in this new age, no one has power forwards like that no more. Power forwards
he just doesn't fit the team.
He doesn't.
Kevin Love would have fit the team, man. That's what
Kevin
they are.
Love,
They're a fast-paced, three-point shooting team. So, but anyways.
All right, now the next team. People are saying it's biased. I feel like the Lakers will be back in it, and that's just because of Kobe Bryant. We picked up a good pieces. We finally got it. We'll be fifth, sixth seed.
He thinks they're gonna be in the sixth seed.
It's possible. I mean, it is the Heat meet ground in the West, but you understand we also have one of the greatest players ever, Kobe Bryant.
True.
And even at the age,
in the NBA right now.
Even at the age he's been at, he's shown he can drop 45 points consecutively. Right before he got hurt, the first time he dropped 45 points or more than 45 points. Was it 5 times in a row? Being 34 and doing that in the NBA, that's amazing. Showing you he's driven. He could still do it. He still has a killer mentality. Everyone telling him they're not going to be anything, it drives him more. Now, I mean, we're trying to revitalize Boozer. If we can get Boozer going like old Boozer, we have a better chance. He probably doesn't agree, but that's what I feel.
I think Boozer's a great player. I think I like Boozer. I always supported him on the Bulls, but I just didn't think he did what he could have last season. I think that he kind of gave up, and I think that he just didn't take Taj playing better in the fourth better, in the way he should have. I think he just took it wrong. We needed Taj in the fourth because he put up the offense and the defense, and Carlos Boozer just didn't put up any defense the way that we needed him to do. And the offense wasn't as good as it has been. So,
that. One thing though, I feel like Jeremy Lin at the point guard. Everyone's talking about Lakers never having a point guard. Jeremy Lin, I feel like, is a great point guard. He's a rising star. He won't be like, he maybe make an all-star once or twice, but I don't think he'll ever be like a best point guard.
He's got the popularity.
He's got the popularity. So, and now being on the Lakers, his popularity is a lot bigger. He probably will make the all-star team. I mean, we vote whoever the hell we want really in. We're like the biggest franchise besides Boston, Knicks, and Bulls. We're like the top ones. But besides that, we also have our new rookie. I'm giving him a lot of hype because I feel like he can be good. Julius Randle. He's honestly reminds me of James Worthy. They like to play that paint. Once they're in that paint, they own it. He showed that in his rookie season. I mean, he didn't really do that much well in, summer league, but he did at like high percentage in it. He was pretty good. I think with the training now with all the players, James Worthy personally wanted to train him, so if he does, I feel like he can be a great player in this league, and even shine right now as his rookie. I mean, James Worthy was one of the rookies that was a champion too. The Lakers were amazing back then. I mean, there's a lot of chance for him. Also, I feel like Jordan Hill now at center, we're starting him, which we are going to start him. He is very good at second chance points, so he's going to do what we need to do. Our rebounds, our center position has been really bad too. Since Bynum left, I mean, a lot of people are like, Bynum wasn't that good. He actually got rebounds that'll do what he needed to do. I think Jordan Hill could pull it off. He's a little short for his size, but he is strong, so he can handle that. Plus, we got Nick Young still for scoring.
You're doing a whole team breakdown. We're just doing our list, John.
I'm just saying that's the reason I think the Lakers, because you said they were going to be 6. I feel like that's why, because they're a decent team.
You're doing that whole breakdown though. You could have just said just because I love them.
No, I'm really explaining why I feel about them. So fuck you.
Well, we can do team breakdowns.
We'll do team breakdowns again. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Complaining.
We're already at 30 minutes. This is we're doing an actual show. This is an actual show.
We're gonna cut it off. We'll put commercials in the break.
We're gonna put commercials on.
All right. Next, I have Houston. Nothing against you, Dwight or James Harden, but you guys lost Parsons, and I thought he was a big part of you guys. And I know you got Ariza, but
it was a big part of it.
But you guys invited him to lunch with you guys, not like the rest of the team.
He was the only one that got sat with you guys, and now you guys lost him.
And that's another reason I feel like they won't be that good, because their chemistry is going to fall apart. The team's going to hate them.
And Monty wants to leave.
And he said he'll play with the Lakers.
You would take him.
Now
you lost him.
My last team, I have split between Dallas and Memphis. Memphis, they've always been good. They've always been decent. The only thing I feel is their morale is going down because they can't do anything now. They keep going downhill. And I mean, players are getting old on that team. Zebo's getting old. Allen's getting old. They're just getting old. And Dallas, I mean, yes, they're getting old too, but they got their great duo that won a Marine back, which is Dirk Nowitzki and Tyson. And now they got Parsons. It's a big pickup. So I think that team will beat.
And with Monte Ellis still there, and
who played,
I don't think Raymond Felton's going to be good at all. I think that they made a mistake letting him go for Jose Calderon, but that's the only way they're going to get Tyson Chandler back, so I don't blame them. But I hope that they can maybe make a trade for Raymond Felton and Norris Cole with the Heat.
That'd be a smart
maybe do that and maybe add a pick or something. Just try to get Norris Cole, because I think Norris Cole should be a starter. He could be a starter. I think that he could very well be a starter. So yeah, I mean, if Dallas can just upgrade in the point guard position, their starting five is really nice. It's really nice, even with Dirk getting old. So, but yeah, he finished his list finally. His NBA breakdowns through every team he chooses. I mean, we just had to say the top 8. We didn't have to literally say why we're choosing them.
Well, we do.
But that's what we do, I guess. But yeah.
We're not arguing because we know this is going to like an hour.
Yeah,
each team.
Because we're gonna, we just have my teams left, and then a little rookie sighting kind of thing that we're gonna do, like what we think about some rookies and stuff like that, highlights, and then we're just gonna end the video here. So, so yeah, so we got like probably like 10 more minutes. So this is gonna be like an actual episode of First Take. Yep, and it's our own version, but yeah, all right. So I'll get to my teams, my West teams, and I won't go into a whole breakdown.
You should.
I know, it relieves a lot of stress. All right, but yeah. Anyways, I got number 1 Spurs, obviously. And number 2, I got OKC, and I do think that Westbrook is the second best player on that team. I think that Ibaka is the third. I think that they're a big 3, and I think if Kevin Durant, Westbrook switch personalities, they're the best team in the West. Well, until the Spurs are done. But then, so that's my thoughts. Number 3, I got Portland. I think Portland's number 3 just because Damian Lillard is only going to keep getting better. LaMarcus Aldridge is only going to keep getting better. I think that their team's really good. I mean, I know they lost Mo Williams, but they got Steve Blake, and I think that's a fair enough trade. I mean, Mo Williams is a little bit faster and a little bit better, like, consistently, like, getting to the hoop. But he wasn't even that good at getting the hoop anyway. So, I mean, Steve Blake is still a pretty good backup. And then I think that Golden State's going to be number 4. I think Golden State will be number 4 just because Stephen Curry is a beast. I think he's the best. That's the best shooter. Yeah, the best shooter in the league. I think he's the best shooter. I was going to say scorer, but then I realized I think that Durant's the best scorer. So, yeah. Number 5 is I got the Clippers. And that's just because I don't think they're as good as everyone thinks they are. And I think, like I said, I was reading with him, I think that Blake Griffin's the leader of the team, and I think him and Chris Paul is going to get, I think it's just going to be a mess until until Chris can accept that Blake's the leader. And I do think that they're going to have some problems with the whole Donald Sterling thing. I think they got too distracted last playoffs. I think they just got too distracted with it, and they're still getting distracted with it because he's still pretty much the owner, and it still hasn't fully gone through yet, which the NBA needs to fucking speed up on, just because it's ridiculous. We don't have any room for racism in the NBA. We only have the need for it in my life. So, we got number 6. I got Houston. I think Houston is a lot better than this guy thinks. I think that Dwight Howard and Harden are really good. But the same point is, I do agree. I think there's going to be a lot of chemistry problems because I don't think that the team's getting along. And losing Jeremy Lin and Chandler Parsons is a huge loss. But I still got them there just because of Harden and his ability to get to the free throw line with his bullshit charge layup.
I think that needs to be an offensive foul.
It's an offensive foul.
It just needs a foul.
But yeah, so that's the reason why I got Houston there, just because James Harden and Dwight Howard does look pretty good lately.
They get Ariza too.
And I got Ariza, so yeah. But yeah, number 7 is Dallas. I got Dallas. Wait, no, that's number 8, right?
Number 7. Oh, 8.
Yeah, that's 8. Dallas. I got Dallas at 8, and I also have the same thing with him. I got the switch. It could either be Dallas or Memphis.
You skipped to 17.
Did I?
Yep.
Well, then I'll just choose Dallas at 7 and Memphis at 8. All right.
It's not split no more.
It's not. Wait, no, I did. Dallas and Memphis are the ones battling for either the 7th or the 8th spot.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I meant. All right. So, yeah, so either Dallas or Memphis at 7 or 8. I have Dallas currently at 7 and Memphis at 8. But like I said, like we said, this all could change. All this could change. I'm pretty sure Spurs and Bulls won't change unless Derrick Rose gets hurt. If Derrick Rose gets hurt again, then yes.
Spurs, the only reason they fall behind is if somehow
every one of the 5 starters got hurt.
If 3, let's be honest, if 3.
No, all 5.
Yeah, all 5.
Danny Green.
No,
Tony
4.
Parker.
Splitter doesn't really count.
Splitter does count. I think Splitter's very underrated.
He's underrated,
I even
but I'm
underrated
saying
him.
I'm saying
if you asked me this 2 years ago, I would have said
Splitter with Brazil.
I would have said
amazing.
Splitter sucks.
Splitter with Brazil played amazing. He did what he had to do. Brazil's not a good team, and he showed that
they wouldn't have had a chance anyways.
With the real Team USA, I mean, this Team USA is kind of
Team USA is still better than any team in the FIBA Cup. I don't think anyone will beat them.
Spain's the only team that's going to give them a fight, but USA will win.
Well, that's just because of Powell
and Mark and Ibaka.
But yeah, so that's our shit on the NBA, and then now
rookies. How we feel the rookies will be versus
who's rookie of the year? Just off of right now, and it's obviously going to change, but we're just going to go off of what we think right now.
From what I saw in Summer League, out of the top threes that we always talked about throughout the year, which was Wiggins, Parker, and Randall, I'm going to probably give it to Randall or Parker. Wiggins, I feel, won't be as exciting this year. He'll be good. He'll get some good games, but he's not going to be like them. Parker, I feel, is probably going to win it, honestly. I'm a Laker fan. Probably like, why don't you say Randall? Parker looks like he's more driven, and he has a team that will love him more. Randall still has to work and earn his spot with Boozer there, with all the other power forwards and small forwards he's really going to compete against for time, because they're going to use him as 3 or 4. So, let's see how it works.
So, who's your one?
I say Parker won.
Parker? Oh, man. I don't even know who to choose, but I think that the rookies are just, like you said, it's really spread right apart. I think that I do disagree. I do think Wiggins is going to be exciting this year. I think that boy has a lot to prove now. I think he wants to shut everyone up. I think that I think he might be disappointed about getting traded after getting picked number 1, but I think he's going to drive him. I think that he's going to push. I think Timberwolves could be a top 10 team in the West.
I think Timberwolves
can make
it
10th or 9th.
with Wiggins leading them in the future to the playoffs. It's sad to say they can't do it with Kevin Love, because Kevin Love is a great power forward, but Wiggins seems more of that caliber could take a team.
I got Wiggins right now. Wiggins right now being rookie of the year. If you wanted to ask me who was the most impressive in the
not to say he's not going to be an amazing
summer league
player.
In the summer league, if you want me to answer who's the most impressive, I say Doug McDermott for my Bulls, and that's biased, but also he was the best scorer in the preseason. And I think
Clarkson in there, he was one of the best scorers too. And he was second round. Scoring guard, played great.
Yeah, I mean Doug is we're gonna be calling him McBuckets. So we got McBuckets on the team, and I think he's probably gonna be a really good rookie, but he's definitely not a rookie of the year kind of guy, because
he could possibly be if the Bulls use him right though.
Depends.
Honestly, it's like Mark Carlin's last year. No one expected him to even be a rookie of the year. He wasn't even the top 10 pick, and he pulled it off. Anyone can make it as long as they play great.
And as long as they have a smile like Michael Carter-Williams.
And Joel Embiid does not want to play with the 76ers. You could tell when he was drafted.
He wants to play with them.
You could tell when he was drafted.
He wants to play with them. He has no choice to play with them.
He has no choice, but
he's locked into that contract.
He was like, damn it. Joel Embiid, in a few years, we'll see you with the Lakers. You know you want to be there.
We do.
You tweeted it. I'm a Laker, then deleted it right before draft started. We know.
Alright, so that's episode 1.
We might cut some stuff.
We're not going to cut anything, guys.
No, we just want to.
We're going to do this whole fucking 40-minute video. I can do it. I'm
a
partner.
Not really 40 minutes. We're going to take off the beginning part because there was a lot of laughing and stupidity.
It's about 40 minutes, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're getting used to this. This is the first time we ever actually did a video together.
It'll be shorter next time. We're gonna split it up into segments. Like we'll talk about football in one episode, then basketball.
And we'll do
like best player, who we feel should be
MVP. We'll do team breakdowns. We'll do team breakdowns like in basketball with 2K gameplay. We'll talk about a team and we'll play against each other while we play the game. So. Well, that makes no sense. We'll play against each other on the game while we fucking talk to you guys.
And then we'll also, if we're gonna have to give copyright shit, but we'll also show clips of games of like what happened, what we feel was.
That I will get cleared first before we do that.
Yeah.
I need to figure out where I can do that stuff, but it's actually it's in.
You just message them, you send them an email.
Well, it's Freedom. It's what's it called? It's I can't remember what it's called right now, but yeah. Anyways, I can't do that.
Once we figure it out, we'll do it.
Yeah.
And that way you have to see like.
Oh, it's fair use. It's fair use. Fair use. It's fair use. I can use those those videos, but we won't do that in this one because it's already so long, and hopefully you guys actually watch this whole thing. If you did, give yourself a huge thumbs up. If you watch this whole thing, you guys are fucking awesome. I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't, but
It's long as shit.
it's really long. It's like a fucking actual TV show without the commercials on it. It's literally that long.
But it's funny.
It's like the size of our dicks.
That was random.
And very inappropriate for a sports show. But guess what? We're not on ESPN. We can say whatever the fuck we want. All right.
Fuck you, LeBron.
And fuck you, YouTube.
No, we're gonna.
Wait a minute. No,
We love
I
you,
didn't mean
YouTube.
that. I didn't mean that.
YouTube, you are awesome.
All right. So, also, guys, this is unrelated because it's the end of the video, but there's not going to be a lot of UFC gameplay. There's not going to be a lot of UFC gameplays for a while.
DC.
There will be UFC coming up, but there's going to be.
We're waiting for the next game, more or less.
Yeah.
We got tired of this one.
We got tired of it, and the series wasn't even doing that good anyway. So we're gonna be focusing more on 2K and our show and DC Universe Online. And if you guys want to, add us, and we can play. We will play with you guys.
We're on the PvE server on DC. His is Icon space
Icon Arrow.
And mine's Fireball Hawk, all one.
And all of that stuff, all of the information for the PS4 and all that will be in the description. And all of the lists of our teams that we chose will be in the description. And
like I said, as progressions, things will change. So with the
and
better
all
videos,
that. So yeah,
highlights, stuff like that. This would be different videos of them, like basically highlights and shit like that throughout the whole time.
exactly. And we'll see you guys probably soon. Actually, I don't think we'll do it once every week. I think we might do it.
We might do like player breakdowns soon. So
yeah, we might do a lot more videos again. You never know. So we're gonna plan this shit out and make it more.
This is just the first time. First, scripting. Let's go. We'll see how it works.
Just make it more professional and all that.
We'll wear suits next time.
I don't wear suits.
Fine, tuxedos.
No, I'll wear a sleeve shirt with a tie and then a hood.
Sports jersey.
I'll wear a hoodie, a vest hoodie with a tie, with skinny jeans on.
And since we're gonna have NBA ticket, we're gonna be able to watch a lot of games.
We're gonna watch almost every game. He'll choose 5 teams, I'll choose 5 teams, both different. We'll watch it all.
That's how we roll.
And we're gonna break down every fucking week. Every week we'll do top plays.
Yep, we'll do that.
That makes a good idea.
We'll top 10.
We're making ideas right now live with you guys, so we'll keep the secrets to ourselves to what we're gonna be planning, and we'll just get back to you guys here soon. So, but as you guys are seeing this is the first episode. It's going up late tonight. I'm gonna put it up tonight because we're not gonna edit too much of it, and yeah,
just cut a few parts. That's it.
Yeah, and yeah, so. We'll see you guys soon, and tomorrow there'll be 2K gameplay up on the channel.
Yep.
Alright. And it will be a video of me and John playing against each other.
That is correct.
Alright. Peace!
Come on.